Indiana WNBA Playoff Picture. Updated standings, schedule, scenarios for Caitlin-Clark to make postseason. The drought is over in Indiana. After the Fever last qualified for the WNBA Playoffs in 2016, the all-star trio of Caitlin-Clark, Aliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell is leading the franchise back to the postseason in 2024. It's been a wild ride for Indiana, which has won 18 of 27 games following a brutal 1-8 start to the season. As a result, the Fever are above 500 for the first time since June 2019. They become just the second WNBA team to start a season 1-8 or worse, and still make the playoffs, joining the now-defunct Charlotte Sting. As the finish line nears, here is where the Fever stands in the WNBA standings and how they ended an 8-year playoff drought. Indiana Fever updated WNBA playoff picture, standings. The Fever have jumped into the WNBA's 6th seed and have a small shot to move to 5th, though they'll need some help. Indiana won the season series with Phoenix, 3-0, but lost the season series with Seattle, 1-3. Based on WNBA tie-break rules, the Fever would need to finish one full game ahead of the Storm to have a better seed. If the WNBA season ended today, the No-6 Fever would face the No-3 Sun in a best-of-3 playoff series. Indiana's most likely playoff opponents are Connecticut and Minnesota. The Fever are 1-3 this season against the Sun and 1-2 against the Lynx. Indiana Fever remaining schedule. The Fever have an advantageous schedule to close the season. While they face the defending champion Aces twice, Indiana plays 4 of its final 5 games at home. Indiana Fever WNBA playoff clinching scenarios. The Fever clinched a playoff berth on Tuesday, September 3. Indiana will return to the playoffs for the first time since the 2016 season. The 2024 WNBA playoffs begin on Sunday, September 22. Yes, Caitlin-Clark is turnover-prone, but it is not as much of a negative as it seems. Indiana Fever WNBA playoff history. While the Fever faced a lengthy postseason drought, the franchise has a rich history of success. Here is a look back at the team's history in the WNBA playoffs, including a streak of 12 consecutive playoff appearances from 2005 to 16. How many championships do the Indiana Fever have? The Fever have won 1 WNBA championship. Led by Tamika Catchings and Shavonte Zealous, Indiana defeated Minnesota 3-1 in the 2012 WNBA Finals. Catchings was named WNBA Finals MVP. Indiana is 1-2 all-time in the WNBA Finals. The franchise also advanced to the finals in 2009-15, but came up short against the Mercury and Lynx, respectively. WNBA playoff tiebreakers. The WNBA has 5 playoff seeding tiebreakers in place if 2 teams finish with the same record. 1. Better record in head-to-head games. 2. Better winning percentage within own conference. 3. Better winning percentage against all teams with 500 or better record at the end of the season. 4. Better point differential in head-to-head games. 5. Coin toss. If there are more than 2 teams tied for the same seed, the tiebreakers are similar but have a slightly different twist. 1. Better winning percentage among all head-to-head games involving tied teams. 2. Better winning percentage against teams within the conference, if all teams are from the same conference, or better record against teams in the opposite conference, if one or more teams are in different conferences. 3. Better winning percentage against all teams with a 500 or better record at the end of the season. 4. Better point differential in games involving tied teams. 5. Coin toss.